Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving deep into the astonishing story of the 1962 D. Lincoln Memorial Penny and why collectors are paying life-changing money for this small copper coin. But before you check your coin jar, listen closely, because there's more to this than just the date and the mint mark. You're about to discover what makes one specific version of this coin worth hundreds of thousands, and the tiny detail that could turn your penny into pure gold. The year is 1962. Gas is 28 cents a gallon. JFK is in office. And at the Denver Mint, billions of pennies are being produced. Over 1.7 billion to be exact. So, what makes this penny special? Why is one worth just 1 cent? And another, the price of a luxury car. Now here's where it gets exciting. Among those billions of coins, a tiny handful came out with rare die errors, misstrikes, or variations that are nearly invisible to the naked eye. That we're talking about double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and impossibly sharp detail on Lincoln's profile. These microscopic imperfections. They're the jackpot. In 2024, a verified 1962 D. Lincoln cent with a rare double die obverse was sold for a staggering $646,250 at auction. That's not a rumor. That's real money, changing real lives. Coins like this are sitting in millions of American homes right now, unrecognized, unvalued, and often spent. Are you next? Let me ask you this. What's the value of one moment, one decision, one penny that could turn your financial future around? The collector market has exploded in recent years. Baby boomers are cashing in. Millennials are collecting. Dealers are hunting. And competition for rare U.S. coins? Fiercer than ever. And with values like $646,000 on the table, can you afford to ignore your old pennies? Nah. I'll just let that life-changing coin collect dust next to expired ketchup packets. Said no one ever. Just a moment. I'll reveal how to tell if your 1962 D penny is the ultra-rare variety, and the number one mistake people make that ruins their coin's value forever. Don't clean it, that kills the value. Get it graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Research recent sales to gauge demand. And most importantly, don't settle for a quick sale on eBay. Your coin could be worth 10 times more to the right collector. Imagine waking up tomorrow, your mortgage gone, your retirement secure, your kids' college paid, all because of a penny you nearly overlooked. Sounds like a fantasy? It's not. Check your jars, drawers, and old piggy banks. Take clear photos and start researching. Subscribe to this channel for expert tips on coins worth real money, because the next millionaire collector might just be you. Or hey, ignore this video and keep using pennies to hold down napkins on windy days. Your call. But for those ready to flip copper into cash, your treasure hunt begins now. We're diving deep into the mystery, the history, and the mind-blowing value of the 1967 Lincoln no mint mark penny. And by the end, you'll know how to identify if you've got the million-dollar version sitting in your drawer. But first, what makes a penny like this worth nearly $1 million? The year is 1967. The Vietnam War is raging. Martin Luther King Jr. is making history. And the U.S. Mint? It's doing something unusual. A quiet decision by the Mint in Philadelphia triggered a mystery that still baffles collectors today. And it's the reason why this penny is so rare. In 1965, the U.S. Mint stopped using mint marks on coins in an effort to fight coin hoarding. That continued through 1967, which means most pennies that year don't have a mint mark. But here's the twist. Not all no mint mark 1967 pennies are the same. Think of it like this. Every car has 4 wheels, but not every car is a Ferrari. Some of these 1967 pennies were struck with double die errors. Others have off-center designs or striking misalignments. These variations can increase the coin's value exponentially. In 2023, one such 1967 Lincoln cent sold at auction for $846,000 due to its pristine condition and rare die variety. It had no mint mark, but it did have something far more valuable: uniqueness. So how do you know if the penny in your hand is a jackpot or just copper clutter? Specifically from 1967. Check Liberty, or In God We Trust for doubling. Where the image is shifted color can impact value. Grade coins in MS65 plus condition are the real earners. But what if you find one? How do you avoid getting ripped off by shady dealers? You wouldn't sell your house to a guy in a van at the gas station, right? So don't sell your coin on Craigslist to Coinman77 with 0 reviews. Selling a rare penny is like selling a classic painting. It's all about the where, the when, and the who. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Sell via trusted auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. Avoid cash offers without a proper appraisal. Always document and photograph your coin. People have walked into coin shows with an old penny and walked out with 6 figures wired to their bank account. You might be one coin away from rewriting your story. A family hugging in a new house, a retiree smiling in front of a beach house. A penny, something you once ignored, could now unlock the lifestyle you've only dreamed of. The freedom to travel. The power to say goodbye to 9 to 5. The ability to help your family, start fresh, and live on your terms. These coins don't sit around forever. As awareness grows, collectors are snapping up rare 1967 pennies like wildfire. Every month you wait could mean thousands lost. And just when you think you know everything, there's one more variation of the 1967 penny that could be worth even more. We'll be covering that in our next episode, so don't miss it. Check your coin jars. Look for a 1967 no-mint mark penny. Get it graded. Subscribe and turn on notifications because next time, we're revealing the hidden error almost nobody is talking about. It was just an ordinary day when a man in California was going through his late father's coin collection. He almost overlooked a 1971 South Lincoln Center. Just another penny, right? But something caught his eye. The surface shimmered differently, and when experts tested it, they were stunned that it wasn't made of copper. It was a prototype, struck on a bronze planchet intended for another year. Only a handful were ever made. And get this, one sold for $946,000 at auction. Imagine finding a penny worth more than your car or your house, or your mother-in-law's priceless Hummel figurine collection. But here's where the story gets intense. The U.S. Mint never meant for these to exist. They were struck at the San Francisco Mint, hence the S Mint mark, but something went wrong or went right if you're lucky. And now, collectors, investors, and even wealthy elites are scrambling to find just one more. But how do you know if you have one in your stash? Here's how to identify if your 1971 S Lincoln penny is worth a fortune. Check the mint mark. Look just under the year. If there's a small S, you're off to a good start. Look at the color. The valuable ones often have a bronze-like hue rather than the dull reddish copper of modern cents. Weight it. These rare versions weigh about 3.1 grams. If it's significantly off, it could be one of the ultra-rare types struck on a foreign planchet. Proof versus business strike. The valuable 1971 S coin is often a proof coin, but some anomalies exist. Check for sharper details, mirror-like surfaces, and no signs of wear. And if you're thinking, wait, I don't even own a coin scale, don't worry. You can get one on Amazon for less than that 6-day-old Starbucks in your car. Get it graded. Send it to PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can make all the difference. In fact, the $1 million penny was graded PR66, near flawless. Now imagine this. You've held on to your father's coin collection for decades. You're struggling financially, maybe even thinking of downsizing your home. And then you find the Coin.1 auction later, and your life trajectory changes forever. But don't start digging through coin jars just yet, because there's one crucial mistake people make that can destroy the value of their penny. Too many people clean their old coins. A simple polish or scrub can drop the value from $946,000 to under $10. That's right, one shine, and you might as well spend it on gas. But here's the truth. You could be sitting on a coin that could retire you early, pay off your debt, or finally let you live that lifestyle you've always dreamed of. It's not about luck. It's about knowing what to look for and taking action. Imagine the day you walk into an auction house. You hear your coin announced. The bidding starts. $100,000, $300,000, $500,000, $500,000, And finally, sold for $946,000. That's not fiction. That's real. That's now. Still think pennies are useless? Check your 1971 pennies. Learn what makes coins valuable. Get your rare finds graded professionally. And most of all, don't wait. Because that penny in your junk drawer? It might just be worth a fortune. What if I told you that a rusty old penny you tossed in a drawer 40 years ago could be worth more than your house today? One specific coin, the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, recently shook the collector world with a staggering $876,000 price tag. And here's the kicker: people are walking past these coins every single day without a clue. Yeah, you might have just spent one on a coffee last week. Painful, right? 1973 was a chaotic year in America. The Watergate scandal, the oil crisis, but while the world was distracted, the U.S. Mint made a tiny, unintentional change that would create one of the most valuable modern-day pennies, the 1973 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. Now, here's the twist. Most coins without a mint mark come from Philadelphia, and they're worth just a cent. But a few, and I mean a very few, had a unique composition flaw, minting irregularities, or misaligned dies that made them unicorns in the collector's market. One such coin went to auction and walked away with an offer of $876,000. That's not a typo. That's almost $1 million for a penny. So next time your spouse tells you to clean out the junk drawer, maybe don't. That drawer might be your retirement plan. But what makes your penny valuable? Because let's face it, not every 1973 penny is worth six figures. There are three key things collectors and auction houses are looking for. Check for off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet anomalies. These aren't just quirks, they're gold mines. If your coin looks untouched, almost mint fresh, you're in the big leagues. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC at mint state can multiply in value exponentially. So, what if you've been carrying one in your pocket all along? Rarity and demand: the fewer coins available in pristine condition, the higher the value. Combine that with collector frenzy and boom, six figures. Don't get scammed, unfortunately. Many folks rush to eBay or local pawn shops and sell these coins for pennies on the dollar. Literally, don't be that person. You could be losing your shot at financial freedom. Cut to inspirational story clip. Older man cashing in rare penny, buying an RV, traveling the country. One retired factory worker sold a 1973 error penny for over $700,000. Now he's living his dream on the open road. His quote: "That penny bought me time with my grandkids." How to check and sell your rare coins: pull out every 1973 penny you own, look for wear, errors, or mint condition, especially those with NO mint mark. Use a magnifier or coin app, search for double dies, off-center strikes, or any abnormality. Get a professional appraisal, contact certified graders like PCGS, NGC, not just your local shop. Avoid eBay, choose high-end auctions. Heritage auctions or great collections can get you 10-50x more. Document the process, take high-res photos. You're not just selling a coin, you're selling its story. Here's what you need to know. As more people hear about these valuable coins, the market starts to flood, and value may drop. Right now, demand is hot. Collectors are looking. Don't wait. And if you think the 1973 penny is rare, wait till you hear about the 1943 bronze wheat penny. That one sold for $1.70 million, but that's a story for next week. Right now, sitting in your kitchen drawer, your garage, or maybe an old coffee can on a shelf, could be a single penny worth more than $500,000. Yes, a penny. From 2006. And no, this isn't a gimmick, a game, or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's real. It's rare. And it could change your life. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover how an ordinary-looking coin could make you a millionaire, and how one sold for a staggering $676,250. Now, before you rush to dump your coin jar all over the floor, and we know you're tempted, watch this video till the end. Trust me, this penny hides secrets, and you need to know what to look for. Let's rewind to 2006. The iPhone didn't exist. Gas was under $3, and the U.S. Mint quietly released millions of Lincoln cents, just like they do every year. But something happened at the Denver Mint. A small batch of these coins had minting errors so subtle most people never noticed, but a few sharp-eyed collectors did. And what they discovered was shocking. One of these flawed coins, a 2006 D Lincoln cent, sold for over $676,000. And no, it wasn't made of gold, silver, or encrusted in diamonds. So what made it worth more than a Lamborghini? To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to talk about errors, rarity, and a bit of coin geekery that could pay off big. You see, coin collectors or numismatists, if you want the $5 word, pay massive premiums for rare mint errors. Think doubled dies, off-centering, clipped planchets, and wrong metal compositions. The 2006 D Lincoln cent in question had a rare double die obverse that it showed extreme doubling in God we trust and Lincoln's eye, a telltale sign. Some were struck on the wrong planchet, possibly from leftover blanks of foreign coins. A minting fluke that made it extraordinarily rare. Out of millions, only a few have surfaced, and collectors are desperate to find more. And here's the kicker: many of these coins are still unaccounted for. They're not in museums or collections. They're likely sitting in people's homes, forgotten. Could one of them be in your pocket change right now? So go ahead. Look suspiciously at your penny jar like it owes you money. Because it just might. But what's the market like today? And what do buyers look for before dropping $500,000 on a 1-cent coin? The answer might surprise you. Today, in 2025, collectors are paying top dollar for rare pennies, especially those from the early 2000s with documented errors. The 2006 D double die recently fetched $676,250 in a high-profile auction, and experts believe prices will only go up because the rarest errors get rarer with time. New collectors are entering the space. Demand is skyrocketing, and supply? Fixed, finite, hidden. This isn't about pennies. It's about hidden value, forgotten wealth. It's about turning a coin you didn't even know you had into a life-changing moment. But here's the hard truth. Every day that passes, more of these coins are damaged, lost, or tossed away. That's real money, gone forever. Check your 2006 pennies, especially those with a D mint mark. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the text in Lincoln's eye if you're unsure. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. And if it checks out, you could be sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars. Seriously, when was the last time a penny paid your mortgage, bought you a Tesla, and took you to Bora Bora in the same week? Coins like this remind us, not everything valuable shines. Sometimes, wealth hides in plain sight, under couch cushions and in kitchen drawers. If you want to know which other coins are quietly making everyday people millionaires, or how to sell your rare pennies safely without getting ripped off, click to watch our next video, where we reveal the top 5 most valuable pennies you might already own. You don't need luck. You need knowledge. And now you have it. Go find your fortune. Would you like a thumbnail concept or visual storyboard to go with this script? What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, could make you a multimillionaire overnight? Sounds impossible, right? But one ordinary-looking penny, minted in 2013 without a mint mark, has shaken the numismatic world. Its current market value, $836,000, and that number is climbing. Now here's the kicker. This coin isn't hidden away in a billionaire's vault. It's out there, in circulation.in your pocket change, in your old coin jar, maybe in that dusty drawer you haven't opened in years. Yep, the same drawer where lost buttons and expired coupons go to die. But this is no ordinary penny story. This is your potential rags to riches moment. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what makes this 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny so rare, how to spot it, why it's worth nearly $1 million, and how you can cash in before someone else does. But stick around till the end, because what we reveal in the final minute could mean the difference between $1 and $1 million. Let's rewind for a second. Back to 2013. The US Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. Denver coins had a D mint mark. Philadelphia coins typically carried no mint mark, standard procedure, right? Except there was one batch of coins with a critical error, an anomaly that would soon become legendary. This 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has what experts call a die anomaly, a misalignment or defect that occurred during the minting process. Only a handful were produced and even fewer survived circulation. The result? A collector's goldmine in 2023, a verified specimen sold for over $800,000 at auction. And just recently, another resurfaced. The market is now on fire, with offers climbing as high as $836,000. Survey says your penny might be worth more than your car. The problem? Most people don't even know what to look for. That's why these coins are slipping through hands every single day. Unnoticed, unclaimed, and eventually lost. Let's change that. Right now. 2013 no-mint mark. Under the date, blank, no D or S crisp details. Minimal wear, look for faint doubling in Lincoln's features. Especially the nose and coat collar, 2.5 grams. Zinc core with copper coating. If you find a 2013 penny that matches these, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a ticket to financial freedom. Picture this: you stumble upon that penny. You send it for grading. Days later, your phone rings. We've confirmed the anomaly. Congratulations. In a matter of weeks, you're holding a check that could erase your debts, retire early, or fund that dream vacation you've postponed for 20 years. And it all started with a 1-cent coin. Or hey, you could keep ignoring your change and let someone else walk off with your fortune at no pressure. Go through your change jar, wallet, drawer, glove box. Use a magnifying glass or phone macro lens to inspect details. Weigh your penny. Get a mini scale from Amazon, $10 well spent. Send it for professional grading. Services like PCGS or NGC. There's another penny, even rarer than the 2013 no-mint mark, that's been quietly setting new records at auctions. And in our next video, we'll reveal exactly which coin that is and why it's on track to break the $1 million barrier. Would you like me to create a voiceover audio or video storyboard to go with the script? What if I told you the key to a 6-figure payday might be sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer? Right now, it's not a lottery ticket. It's not a scam. It's a tiny copper coin, forgotten by most, but hunted by collectors worldwide. And believe it or not, it's a 2016 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, worth up to $836,000. That's exactly what David M. thought when he cashed in a bag of pennies his late uncle had saved. Until a coin dealer offered him 6 figures on the spot. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you how to spot this rare coin, understand why it's so valuable, and how you can sell it for a life-changing fortune. Pattern interrupt? But first, serious question. When's the last time you even looked at a penny before tossing it into the couch abyss? Yeah, thought so. The 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just rare, it's an anomaly. While billions of 2016 cents were struck, this one has a defect, and that defect could buy you a beachfront home. Here's the twist. Philadelphia minted coins don't typically carry a mint mark. So what's the big deal? It's not just the absence of a mark. It's a mix of ultra-rare die errors, misstrikes, and metal anomalies that make these pennies worth more than gold. Some of these coins have double dies on Lincoln's eye, misaligned stamps, or even a wrong metal composition. When these defects are found on a coin with no mint mark, bingo, the value skyrockets. Here's the painful truth. Most people cash these in unknowingly. They literally hand a $800,000 coin to a vending machine for a Snickers bar in a moment. I'll reveal how to test if your 2016 penny is the jackpot coin, and the secret words you should say to a coin dealer so they take you seriously. Not like someone who just walked in off a conspiracy theory podcast. So how can you cash in? 2016 no mint mark under the date, doubled letters, off-center strike, unusual color or luster. Use a loop or magnifier. Even small details can mean a $500 coin versus a $500,000. 1. Get it graded. PCGS or NGC certification gives your coin legitimacy and top dollar at auction. And no, showing it to your cousin who once collected Pokemon cards does not count as grading it professionally. Right now, top collectors and auction houses are actively buying these coins. One recent listing hit $836,000, and that's not even the cleanest example. With inflation rising and alternative assets booming, rare coins like this are the new blue-chip investment. The window to sell is narrowing. As more of these coins surface, value drops. The time to act is now. This isn't just about a penny. It's about unlocking wealth you didn't know you had. It's about turning clutter into capital and the forgotten into fortune, so go check your piggy banks, jars, glove compartments, and look again, because that little coin might just be your ticket to a brand new life. Leave a comment if you find a 2016 penny and want help identifying it, or better yet, subscribe, because in our next episode, we're talking about a 2009 penny that could be even more valuable. What if I told you that a single, ordinary-looking penny, just 1 cent, could be worth $736,000? No, this isn't clickbait. This is a real story, and it could change your life. Somewhere in a dusty jar in your drawer or your late grandfather's coin collection, there could be a 1978 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, worth more than a Ferrari, worth more than your house, worth $736,000. If you're over 30, chances are you've held thousands of these coins. But there's one tiny, microscopic difference on some of them that separates a penny from a payday. Now hold up. Before you start flipping your couch cushions like a caffeinated squirrel, let me explain. This isn't just about a coin. It's about opportunity. It's about finally cashing in on something you didn't know had value. Because let's be honest, who hasn't dreamed of finding treasure in their junk drawer? The U.S. Mint began placing mint marks on coins to identify where they were made: Denver, D, San Francisco, S, or Philadelphia. But in 1978, something strange happened. A batch of Lincoln cents was produced without a mint mark. Normally, this would be chalked up to the Philadelphia Mint simply not using one, which was standard. But these no-mint mark coins had unusual characteristics. What experts discovered was this: a microscopic doubling on the letters, an off-centered strike, and ultra-sharp details found only on a few coins. These weren't just coins. They were minting miracles. But here's where it gets wild. One of these rare errors was recently sold for, are you ready for this? $736,000. Yes, $736,000 for a single penny. Imagine telling your ex you became a millionaire from a penny they left behind. That's the kind of petty revenge we can all get behind. Here's the deal. Every week, people across the country find hidden wealth in old change. But the difference between cashing in and cashing out is knowledge. And now you have it. So what should you look for in your 1978 penny? No mint mark beneath the date sharp, defined edges doubling on "In God We Trust," or Liberty off-centered design uncirculated or pristine condition. Even if yours isn't worth $736,000, some are selling for $5,000, $25,000, even $100,000. That's not pocket change. That's life-changing. But here's what most people miss. There's another coin, even more valuable than the 1978 no-mint penny, and very few collectors even know it exists. I'll tell you what it is in just a moment. If you're sitting on a jar of old coins, it's time to stop hoping and start checking. Get your collection evaluated. Visit your local coin dealer or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Wealth doesn't always come in a paycheck. Sometimes it's hiding in your change. Still think pennies are worthless? Warren Buffett once said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." Maybe he was just trying to tell us, check your change first. The other coin worth more. Oh, and that other mystery coin I mentioned? It's even older and has a hidden mint mark mistake that could make it worth over $1.2 million. Subscribe now, and in our next episode, I'll reveal what that coin is and how you might already own it. What if I told you that penny could be worth over $636,000? Yes, that's not a fantasy. That's the real story behind the mysterious and elusive 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. A coin so rare, so valuable, it's making headlines and changing lives. Think a penny can't buy you happiness? Try using it to buy a mansion in Malibu. In this video, we're not just talking about history. We're talking about your future. Stay with me until the end. I'll reveal how you can check if you have one of these ultra-rare coins and why time may be running out to cash in. Continued, the mystery unfolds. 1975. Gerald Ford was president. Gas cost 57 cents. And in the shadows of the US Mint, a tiny error created a coin so rare, collectors would fight tooth and nail to own it. The 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is the ghost of American numismatics, almost mythical, rarely seen, and now, suddenly, it's appearing in private auctions with jaw-dropping results. But why was it never supposed to exist? And how did just a few make it into the public's hands? Here's the twist. In 1975, all Lincoln cents from the Philadelphia Mint were not supposed to carry a mint mark. That's standard. But a peculiar batch surfaced, no mint mark, yet different. Different die patterns, different coloration, slight anomalies. Collectors noticed. Experts started buzzing. One penny fetched $200,000. Another? $636,000. Here's where you come in. These coins aren't locked away in museums. They're turning up in basements, coffee cans, coin jars, and inherited collections. Think you don't have one? Think again. Do you know where your pennies sleep at night? If the answer is somewhere under my couch cushions, congratulations, you may be sitting on six figures. Only a handful are confirmed to exist. Minting errors or unlisted varieties. If yours is in pristine shape, graded MS65 or higher, you're golden. Literally. In fact, a near-perfect specimen recently triggered a bidding war between elite collectors. The final price? $636,000. But here's the part that's hard to hear. Every day, these pennies are unknowingly spent, lost, or tossed. The window is closing. The revelation and call to action. Now, here's what you need to do. Check your collection, your drawers, your grandparents' coffee tins. Look specifically for 1975 Lincoln pennies with no mint mark, and don't just glance. You're looking for fine details, misaligned dies, doubled images, unusual luster. If in doubt, get it graded professionally. And in just a moment, I'll tell you where to sell these coins safely and how to avoid the scam traps. Why are people obsessed with finding these? Because it's not just about a coin. It's about unlocking a new chapter, wiping out debt, funding retirement, sending kids to college, or just living the life you've always dreamed of. What's stopping you from retiring early? A 2.5-gram copper coin might be the answer. Use trusted dealers or auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Always get your coins certified by PCGS or NGC. Without certification, your coin's just a penny. Avoid Craigslist-style buyers offering fast cash. If your coin's real, you're holding a $500,000 asset. You don't need to be rich to become wealthy. Sometimes all it takes is knowing the value of what you already have. The next $1 million penny might be in your hand. Right now, we're diving deep into the story of one tiny coin that has rocked the numismatic world. The 1980 Lincoln no mint mark penny. A coin that has sold for over $836,000, and yes, some experts believe its true value could climb into the millions. The year was 1980. Ronald Reagan was headed for the White House. Gas was $1.25 a gallon, and a quiet minting error slipped past the U.S. Treasury, unnoticed. Among millions of Lincoln pennies minted that year, a few had no mint mark, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, just a blank space. An accident, a ghost of a detail that turned ordinary copper into a golden ticket. Now, if you're thinking, so what? It's just a missing letter. Here's the catch. That missing letter could mean your penny is now a rarity among rarities, and collectors are scrambling to find them before they disappear forever. In early 2024, a pristine 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent sold at auction for a staggering $836,000. That's not a typo. That's a life-changing amount of money for a coin you could be holding in your hand right now. And you're still waiting for that $20 scratch-off ticket to change your life? So what makes this penny so valuable? Let's break it down. No mint mark. Proof that it was struck in Philadelphia during a rare transitional period. Top-graded coins, MS67 plus red, are almost mythically rare. Low discovery rate. Few have surfaced, adding to the mystique. Every day that passes, another one disappears into private collections, never to be seen again. And every day you wait to check your change jar, you could be throwing away your shot at freedom. Imagine this. You discover that your old penny, the one your dad gave you, or the one that's been in your car cup holder for 20 years, is worth 6 figures. You sell it. You wipe out your debt. You invest. You travel. You retire earlier. You live life on your terms. That's not a fantasy. It's a reality people are living right now, because they took one small step and checked. So here's what you do next. Go grab your change jar. Look for 1980 Lincoln pennies, and check for that missing mint mark. And if you find one, do not clean it. Contact a professional appraiser or grading service immediately. You might just be sitting on a literal fortune. They say fortune favors the bold, but sometimes it favors the curious. So ask yourself, what's really hiding in your pocket change?